Hello, everyone. We are starting our debate. In the debate, there are two rounds. In the first round, Pooja and Parsnath will be talking about for the motion, and me and Rimita will be talking about against the motion.
Hi everyone, I am Pooja Shom. I am speaking for the motion, and my topic is social media companies are responsible for regulating the fake news. At first, I want to say the social media. Social media, a virtual face, connect with others, shares your face, like, comment, shares, and post with care. In online world, be aware. There are lots of social media company which we see in our which very popular like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Now I came to the next and most important word of today's topic and today's debate, that is fake news. What is fake news? Fake news are spread fast, fear and wide. Check the facts before you decide. Verify the source. Don't be misled. Truth matters most in your delay and trade. From this, we can understand that fake news are harmful for us. And I think, yes, social media companies are responsible for regulating the fake news. There are lots of examples where we can see that social media are responsible for spreading fake news. Like in 2022, a fake news was spread rapidly that social media that India government was giving laptop to students, and a false link was also created, and its results many people faced scam by clicking the links which was very spreadly in WhatsApp, like that. There are lots of fake news in social media, like fake product review, fake news which I can see, false imaginary story which are spread in social media. Now we can see false images are also created and spread in social media and posted in also social media platforms. My fellow speakers, till now, do you think that this is not the responsibility of social media? In Facebook, we can see there are lots of fake accounts of celebrities. Now, my fellow speaker might be said that there are also an official account of celebrities from which we can understand that this is the main account of the celebrities. But now we can see that in common peoples, there some peoples also created fake account of common people. And so in that case, this is a bad thing which is spreading day by day. So in this case, I think that we should change the name of Facebook and we should give a new name of Facebook, that is Facebook. Now, my fellow speaker might be raised a point that a huge amount of people using social media and it is spreads fake news, then people do not use it. But I want to say that we all know that alcohol is not helpful for our health, and but many people takes alcohol. But if many people take alcohol, then we can't say it that alcohol is helpful for our health. In India, almost 900 million people using social media in 2025, and social media companies should take responsibility. They should not allow the post and photos or any memes without any verification in social media. As its result, as its results, people and young generation facing a huge problem, and we are losing our trust with each other. So this is my valuable arguments in this point.
Hello, I'm Rimita Mukherjee and I'm against the motion. My topic is that social media is not responsible for spreading and regulating fake news. So, my fellow opponent Pooja Shom recently said that social media are creating that fake news. Firstly, let me tell you, social media companies doesn't create any content by themselves. Creators do. They are just provider, just like internet and mobile phone companies. Everyone have their own content and own point of view. If they want to consume that fake news, it's their own point of view. We can't say anything. And even they consume it, we can't consider it is a fake news. We can also say that it kind of can be real, cause like defining it's a fake news or real news, it's really complex. There are so many content daily on these platforms like YouTube, social media, Instagram, and also many social media platforms. So it's not really possible for that platform for them to verify every single post every day and what creators are posting every day. It's audience point of view if they want to believe it or not. It's their point of view. It can be fake or it can be real. We can't justify it by ourselves. Defining fake news are really complex and hard work for any content creator. If they believe it, it's really real for them. And if an audience doesn't believe, it's a fake news. Overly aggressive aggression over social media. If they did many regulation on the content creators, they can actually lead to self-harm. They can actually getting depressed. That why social media platform, which are the providers of their family, can actually lead to this action day by day. Also, I have a question for my fellow opponent, Pooja Shom and also Parshana Dotto, that mostly if we see that fake news is which are regulating over the platforms like social media, most of the time if we see that there are fake newses, we always blame that social media platform, that Facebook or Instagram is really harmful for our kids. But why don't we blame the creators on that? They are the actual culprit of spreading those fake news. Thank you everyone for listening.
Hi, I am Parshanath Datta and I am speaking for the motion of our today's debate topic. Social media companies are responsible for regulating fake news. As my fellow speaker Rimita Mukherjee recently added a point that not the social media but the content creators are responsible for spreading the fake news. But my question is to you, Rimita, that if a content creator make fake news and the algorithm of social media reaches all the person, then how can you say that social media is not responsible in spreading the good news, in spreading the fake news? So how can you rely on that, on your opinion, that social media helps a man and it improves man mental state? Because in that fake news, in that false news which social media is spreading every moment, it can depress a man, it can depress a student, and it is very harmful for the man because it sometimes spreads so much fake news which increase our anxiety, and especially the persons who are not connected to outer world, who only believe on social media and only believe on the news of social media platform, they are getting depressed day by day. And and my other question to you, Rimita, and also Orko, that in nowadays Facebook and Instagram are providing many fake accounts, and they are damaging. They are increasing the violence in our society too much, and they are destroying the future of bright students. They are destroying their future by prompting them, and many persons are failing on the fraud for social media. Like nowadays we can find that many persons who are buying something in a fake link, they are facing fraud. Who are buying something in a QR code or a scanner, they are filling in fraud. So how can you say that social media is not responsible in spreading fake news and fraud also? And as we know that in many cases the fake news that are spreading in our society is caused by social media. As I know that there some days ago there was a news that earth is going to be destroyed in the next day, and by hearing that news, many persons who have ambition in life, they got fainted but here by hearing that news. And sometimes social media shows some news that are terrifying for the students who are studying for their competitive exams. Sometimes the social media shows us news that some exams, the cutoff marks of exam got to be very high, and they spread such news, and which are very dangerous, and it can make social violence, it can destroy our peace, calmness, and everything. So, my opinion is that social media is the main culprit of spreading and regulating fake news. And we cannot rely on social media totally. We should verify it. We should verify all the props of social media, as we are facing a lot of troubles due to social media companies.
So, hello everyone, I'm Orko Chatterjee, and our today's topic is social media companies are responsible for regulating fake news. So, I'm speaking against the motion. So, as my fellow speaker Pooja and Parsnath has mentioned very things, like at first I want to uh, uh, give counter arguments of Pooja's, my fellow speaker's uh, point of view. Like she has mentioned, by clicking a link, some people are, got scammed. But my fellow speaker, I have a question for you. Don't you think that people are too much stupid? They have no common sense that which are authentic, which are not. If a person is seeing or watching or clicking a link, if he or she has no knowledge that it is authentic or not, so it is not, there is no point of view of that, right? And next, she has mentioned that Facebook should turn into fake book. But tell me why? Because Facebook is not doing anything. The people are doing something. The people are spreading the misinformation among the people. So who is responsible for that? Not companies. The people who is doing this, who are doing this. And as my fellow speaker Parsnath has mentioned that this misinformation are destroying our future of children and students. So I have a question for my fellow speaker Parsnath, that don't you think that it is not the responsibility of companies. It is responsibility of people. This type of people who are, spreading the misinformation among the people, they are destroying us. That means we are destroying ourselves, right? So regulating fake news risk is infringing on free expression. Deciding what's fake is subjective, and companies might censor legitimate opinions, satire, or dissent. For example, Twitter's flagging of 2020 election for posts sparked accusations of suppressing political discourse. Private firms should not wield the power to define truth, as it could be stifle debate and erode the open exchange of ideas. And social media companies are profit driven, not neutral, and their leadership may hold biases. Content moderation could reflect this leanings, as seen in 2020 when Facebook and Twitter limited stories about Hunter, Biden's laptop. So promoting biased claims, giving them authority over fake news, might lead to selective enforcement, favoring certain narratives over others based on corporate or political agendas. And the scale of social media content, 5 million tweets, 500 million tweets, 5 million tweets, and 300 million Facebook photos, and 100 millions of Instagram posts daily make regulation daunting. Even advanced AI struggles to distinguish deliberate lies from mistakes or sarcasm, risking errors like removing valid posts or missing harmful ones. The resources uh, needed for accurate, large-scale moderation are impractical for any company to sustain. And if companies filter fake news, users might become passive, relying on platforms to vet information rather than developing critical thinking. Media literacy, not corporate control, is the long term answer. Individuals should assess sources themselves, supported by education from schools or governments, rather than outsourcing judgment to take giants. And taking on fake news regulation could exposes companies to legal risks. And under the laws like 230 in the US, platforms are not liable for users' content. Actively moderating misinformation might classify them as publishers, opening them to lawsuits for defamation or negligence if they miss harmful posts. This uncertainty makes it unwise for them to assume such responsibility. Thank you, everyone. This is my counter argument. So we have successfully completed our first round debate, and we are dive into second round. In the second round, me and Rimita will be speaking for the motion, and Pasna and Pooja will be speaking against the motion of the topic.
Hello everyone, I'm Rimita Mukherjee and I'm going to speak for the motion in the second round. So my topic is that social media platforms are responsible for regulating the fake news. If we see in like 21st century, all of the people, if all over the world, in the percentage of 70% of people all over the world use social media. If I count that 70% of people as a base count of 100%, then 90% of that user is youth, like 13 to 24th year age gap. Everyone gets news from social media. They are all over the social media platform. Fake news spreads really fast because of that. This gives those companies a lot more power that they can actually spread and start the algorithm. They can actually start getting like they are like actually telling the audience what to see and what to not. The way social media shows us things nowadays, it makes fake news look like more real for the people. Like the audience who are actually consuming that, they will think actually it's real, but who knows it's fake or real. What we see on social media platforms really affects our faith. If we believe on specific things like God and everything, any people who will doesn't believe it and doesn't have any bias of God, they will say that God is fake, so that that specific audience will think that they are actually trying to harm our faith on some specific time, some points. And sometimes fake news gets more views, so that companies who are actually regulating them actually getting more money and counting them. So that's why the people, even who are verified on social media, they are not like really interested what they are posting. They make any random influencer a verified account without seeing what they are posting on daily life. Fake news can actually make real issues, like they can actually mess up things in like elections and causing fight. People always loves to like catfish on social media. They try to show other people that they are actually the ideal person they actually wish for, but in reality they are the some other person and other personality in social media, not in real life. And also they make many fake accounts to regulate those fake news is what they actually believe, and people actually start to consuming that content and think that they are actually real. Also, it really hurts our democracy nowadays. They actually think, and the companies, social media companies, take help of technology and AI nowadays to create fake newses in the further life, so that actually can like audience actually getting those resources. They are seeing that those resources are from Google or any social media like Wikipedia and many resources. They believe that yeah, it actually can be true, but sometimes sites are also wrong. It can be fake news too. So my question for my fellow speakers that we all know that everybody have their own freedom of speech even on social media, but do you think using that specific freedom of speech against someone who we don't like, or anything which we believe but other person don't, and we know that it can actually create any issue in others people life, can actually help with like taking down online and human mind? Like, if I simplify the thing, that freedom of speech everybody have, but using that on specific thing like creating fake news is not actually really good for human mind. Thank you everyone for listening.
Hi everyone, I am Pooja Shom and I am speaking against of the motion. So my topic is social media companies are responsible for regulating the fake news, and as I am speaking against the motion, so I think that social media companies are not responsible for regulating the fake news. If the social media companies are responsible for spreading the fake news, then a huge amount of people do not use social media, and it may be banned. And who will decide what is fake? Social media users post fake content in social media and authorized spread it to the other users. So company, we can't blame the social media company for this. My fellow speakers are blaming social media. My fellow speakers are blaming social media company for spreading the fake news. I want to ask my fellow speakers that there are lots of person in our side who are spreading fake news day by day. There are lots of relatives in our side who are spreading fake news day by day. So in these cases, do you also blame the social media for the spreading the fake news? There was a time then there was not social media, and we also can see that but there were also fake news was spreading in this time. I want to give an example that a fake news was spread in that time that Netaji that was related with Netaji's died in death incident. We know that Netaji was died in 18th August 1945 in plane crashing. Now we know that this was a fake incident. There are not any proof of this incident, so there were not any social media. So then how we can how the fake news was spread? My fellow speaker Rimita also raised a point that that if the social media companies takes money, they should take responsibility for this. So I want to say that social media companies, as it takes money, so it already takes a lots of steps to ban the fake news. And not only this is a responsibility of social media companies, the government also should take responsibility and ban these types of spreading the fake news and aware the people so that people don't spread the fake news. Thank you.
So hello everyone, I'm Orko Chatterjee, and our today's topic is debate topic is social media companies are responsible for regulating fake news. So I am speaking for the motion of the topic. So as my fellow speaker has mentioned many things, so one thing she has mentioned particularly that my fellow speaker Pooja has talked about that there is an incident of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose about his death incident. So my fellow speaker Pooja, I have a question for you. How you did? I mean, how do you know that she is not died or he is died? Right. So how do you? I mean, talk about this. How? See, there is no point of view because just how you say that there is no truth about that. So how can I identify that there is a proof, right? So social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram reach billions of users daily, serving as primary news sources for many. And their algorithms prioritize the engaging content, often amplifying sensational for false stories. A 2018 MIT study showed that fake news spread 6 times faster than truth on Twitter because people are taking or trusting the fake news than the actual truth, because people don't understand what is the actual truth, because they understand the fake news in a fraction of second. For that reason people got scammed, and they have just knowing the misinformation. And with this power to shape public perception, these companies have a duty to limit the harm caused by misinformation, such as election interference or health crisis like COVID-19 vaccine myths. And these companies possess cutting edge tools, AI, machine learning, and human moderations already used to filter spam, hate speech, and illegal content. Adapting these technologies to detect fake news, such as identifying unverified sources or rapid sharing patterns, is within their capability. With vast financial resources, they can invest in solutions to tackle misinformation effectively and making them well suited to lead this effort. And social media companies profit from user engagement, which fake news often boosts due to its viral nature. By monetizing attention, they indirectly incentivize misinformation. And this creates a moral obligation to protect users from deception. Failing to act isn't neutrally, it's complicity to in undermining trust, democracy, and safety. And corporate responsibility demands they address the consequences of their business models. And platforms already regulate content by removing hate speech, harassment, and illegal material. But still, the fake news is spreading day by day, and people are too much innocent. They don't know that that's how they present the fake news. They think that, oh, it's real, it's authentic. How they can know that it is not authentic, it is fake, right? So it is the responsibility of social media companies. They have to look after that. They have to take responsibility of that. They are responsible. And Twitter suspend accounts violating its rules, and YouTube demonetizes misleading videos. Extending this framework to fake news is a logical step, and they can use a mix of automation and human review to ensure fairness. Then proving they are capable of managing harmful content responsibly. So thank you, everyone. This is my counter argument.
Hi everyone, I am Prashant Datta and now I am going to speak on the topic that social media companies are responsible for regulating fake news. Speaking against the topic. And now, as my fellow speaker Orko Chatterjee and Rimita Mukherjee earlier mentioned, that social media's companies are responsible for regulating fake news. So my question is that the persons who are in social media, they are responsible. Why social media should take the responsibility of maintaining the persons who are spreading fake news? Social media companies are the platforms for all, and they are working for everyone. And there are many news in social media. It can be good and it can be bad. And like, if you are given a basket of a good and bad apples, which apple would you select? It is totally your choice. If you want to select the good apples, it depicts that you have a good mentality, or you have a I think you have a healthy mentality. But if you select the bad apples, then we have to mention that you have a default mentality. So it is totally on the person, and it differs from individual to individual. The person who want to gather good news, who want to gather true news, they can gather it from social media, because in social media you can also learn about many educational, about many things which you cannot learn in other books or other things. So social media can educate a person. Social media can make a person aware of their society, aware of their culture, and aware of their surroundings. So I can mention that social media can make us touch with our world. And as you earlier mentioned, that social media should take the responsibility of correcting people, as social media is taking taxes, taking money from us. But I think that this is not a thing, because social media has improved person a lot, has made person a lot more sociable than the man was earlier. And I think that, which you have mentioned, that in ancient days there were no rumors, there were no fake news. If you read history thoroughly, then you can get that there were rumors in earlier days, and there were more rumors and more fake news in earlier days, as there was no chance of people to rectify it. And as we have social media now, we can easily search something nowadays, and we can verify something quite well due to social media. So according to my opinion, that social media is not responsible for spreading fake news, and it is based on totally a person who are getting those fake news and who are gathering it.
So, as we have completed our debate, so the debate over whether social media campaigns should regulate fake news, there is a profound tension between accountability and freedom. One hand, proponents argue that convincingly that these platforms, with their vast influence, uh, advanced tools, and profits tied to engagement, bear a responsibility to curb misinformation and disrupt elections, public health, and trust. Their capacity to act is deniable and undeniable, and their role in amplifying fake news demands ethical action. Inaction risks turning giants like Facebook into fake book. On the other hand, opponents raised equally compelling concerns, and assigning this duty threatens free speech with censorship, invites bias from profit driven firms, and ignores the impracticality of policing billions of posts. They insist users and society share the burden, not just corporations. Ultimately, both sides highlighted truths. Misinformation is a crisis, but so is overreach. A middle path might emerge as social media companies could enhance tools and transparency, partnering with independent fact checkers and governments. While users sharpen their media literacy, neither full responsibility nor total absolution fits perfectly. The real question lingers that can we tame fake news without breaking the open spirit of social media? So that's a puzzle we're solving together. So thank you everyone.